Hitler, you're not a Nazi. You don't deserve to be called that and demonized.
Well, I see good things about Hitler also. I love everyone, and Jewish people are not going to tell me you can love, us, and you can love what we're doing to you with the contracts, and you can love what we're pushing with the pornography. But this guy that invented highways, invented the very microphone that I use as a musician, you can't say out loud that this person ever did anything good, and I'm done with that. I'm done with the classifications. Every human being has something of value that they brought to the table, especially Hitler.
Especially Hitler. No, bro, no, Kanye, someone needs to take the microphone away from him. There's two things that could be happening here with Kanye. I know that the people on his team don't like Republicans and they don't like Donald Trump, and it could be them trying to destroy the Republican Party from the inside out. The other thing is that I think Kanye is having a mental breakdown on camera and we're just watching it happen. Hitler is one of the most evil people in all of history. He wiped out so many people. I think there was more than 17 million deaths in World War II or something like that. Some insane number. How can you say especially Hitler? Yeah, there's German ingenuity. Hitler was responsible for a lot of the progression in like German technology. A lot of NASA's scientists, when they poached them, they were Nazis. I get all of that, but not especially Hitler, bro. Hitler is especially one of the people you should not be praising for all the things he did and the views that he held. Nazis were not a good thing. And Hitler was a genocidal maniac. Yeah, he was intelligent. I'm not saying that. Hitler was an intelligent person. You don't just polarize a nation like that and you take them from the brink of basically poverty and famine to where Germany went and then destroy half the planet from being stupid. He was a smart guy, but he was also mad. To do that to people, you have to be a certain level of mad. I don't know how we could praise Hitler. That is insane.
This is the thing. I think a lot of people always preach about Kanye being a genius and, his mind thinking in ways other people's doesn't and things like that. But I actually think he might be crazy.
I think he's lost it. I think Kanye has been at the top of the game for so long. He's probably seen a lot of things because Kanye was already an eccentric personality to begin with. And he's expressed viewpoints where it makes you think, what did this guy see that made him go down this rabbit hole? And we know that in Hollywood and at the highest level, there's weird shit that goes on. We don't really need to go into it, but there's weird shit that goes on. I'm willing to bet with all the things that have happened to this guy and all the issues he's had with his wife and all his ups and downs, Kanye has been through quite a bit. I think that we are witnessing a man have a mental breakdown on camera right now. And what Kanye should be realizing is something that everyone has realized. Kanye is not as intellectually sound as he makes himself out to be. At the very least, he is not good in debates. He's not good at putting his points across. He does weird things. Like this clip I'm about to show you.
Netanyahu with us.
I mean, I'm in the twilight zone right now.
Netanyahu, what do you have to say? What do you have to say to Alex Jones right now, Nick Fuentes and Ye? It was bad. It was bad for Trump to meet with Nick and Ye. Okay. I had no idea your voice is going to sound like that, Netanyahu.
So you don't like Benjamin Netanyahu?
I just heard about this guy 2 weeks ago since like the tweet, and I thought he had a funny name. I heard he's like really into he's like a super killer and I could die for saying this. So in case this the last time you ever hear from me.
Well, look. I'm glad you guys are here and we can sit here.
We're going to have Netanyahu step out for a second. Okay, Alex?
Oh, he's going to go?
I'm leaving for now until it's another meeting, and then I'm going to say something. All right.
When you're making Alex Jones cringe, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, I think he's lost the plot.
He's lost the plot. I truly do think this guy's seen some shit that normal people wouldn't get to see, and it's just he's completely lost the plot. His kids were taken away from him. His wife broke up with him. He was trolled by Pete Davidson. The internet's made a mockery of him. Like he's lost everything with the banks. Not everything, but they've taken away a lot of his deals and whatnot.
Klaus Schwab's
I don't
grandfather
hate, I don't hate
was a
anybody.
Nazi
Yeah, but Nazis are like kind of cool.
because you liked their uniforms.
No, these are people. Everyone's a people. I love all people.
So
Did Ye say he hated? Ye didn't say he hated anybody. Why isn't anybody listening to him? He said, I love this person. I love the people who are trying to take away my children. I love this person. He never said.
But I don't think listen, I'm just getting it to
No, I love all.
clarify that. You're saying you're like Christ-like. You love everybody,
Yeah.
no matter, you love Jim Jones, you love Jeffrey Dahmer.
Absolutely. Everyone.
Okay, well, let's clarify. I get to.
But it didn't need clarification because he said, I'm starting with the Bible. He's ending with the Bible. And that's what, but they did it to you, Alex, because.
He was even out there defending Balenciaga. You know, I saw a tweet from him defending Balenciaga.
I thought he was against Balenciaga.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well. And then he tweeted out defending them. So I don't know. He's all over the place. And he's got Milo Yiannopoulos and Nick Fuentes, who are two people you don't want near you, campaigning with him. Those two people are setting him down a path of destruction, or they're just profiting off his name. And I don't think people should be putting Kanye on their podcasts. And that's not to say that I think that this guy shouldn't have the ability to speak, but he looks like he's having a mental breakdown. He really looks like he's having a mental breakdown on camera, and we're just watching him or making memes out of it. I don't know, like people are laughing at it. I find it hard to laugh at.
Yeah,
Someone that's
it's
having
not funny. Yeah,
like he's that clip that I just showed you. He's talking about Netanyahu, and so he got a Yahoo and a net, and then started waving it around and making that stupid voice.
I don't think Hitler was a good guy. I get the Hugo Boss uniforms, amazing. But I mean, just because you're in love with the design, you're a designer. Can we just kind of say like you like the uniforms, but that's about it?
There's a lot of things that I love about Hitler. A lot of things.
that's psycho in itself to even be saying that, because what could you possibly love about Hitler? Do you know what I mean? That's when people should start really questioning his mental sanity.
No, like Kanye has gone off the deep end. He has gone off the deep end. It's one thing to say things like and be very outspoken and push the envelope and test the limits, but there's a line, and I think everyone knows where that line is. It doesn't matter if you're a Democrat, it doesn't matter if you're Republican, it doesn't matter if you're left-leaning or conservative. We all understand that Adolf Hitler was a bad person. Regardless of the VW, regardless of the NASA scientist, regardless of German ingenuity, we all understand that Hitler was a bad, bad man.
Do you not think that all of this could just be a publicity stunt?
Oh, it's very possible with Kanye. You can't really tell what this guy's doing. He's a loose cannon. I'm not taking away any blame from anything else that has been done to him, because I don't think everything is his fault. Saying stuff like that is crazy. That's crazy, bro. Like, there's a lot of things that you can say that are polarizing. I think we can all agree this is pretty crazy. There's loads of things that I love about Hitler. When have you ever heard someone echo something? That's crazy. Only a Nazi would say something like that. Nazis are not good people. They're just not, bro. They're just not. Unless I missed something in the history books, unless everything we were taught was a lie, literally, like everything. I don't really get it. How can you say you love Nazis? It's not computing with me. I feel like Kanye has seen something that we're not privy to, or he has lost his mind. And it's more than likely he's lost his mind.
That's what I'm going to go with.
I've practiced Chinese water torture on myself. I would like skip along Malibu in front of my house and sing, "When the Clintons come to kill me, how is it going to be? What are they going to do to kill me?" Wait a second. Netton, what do you have to say about this? Netton, don't want to say nothing.
What I'm trying to get at here is, yay.
Yeah, like he's on camera saying a lot of different things, defending Balenciaga after everyone's denounced it, and I feel like he's defending them because everyone denounced them.
This is the thing. I think that he's just always going against what the main overall opinion is. He's preaching about stuff that he knows is going to get people talking, and he knows is going to annoy people. Yeah,
it's maddening to me. Like, there's so many things that could be happening here. I've seen comments of people saying Kanye's playing 4D chess. This is all a game. Like, there's something bigger coming. I've seen people saying that he's trying to destroy the Republican Party from the inside out. to get revenge on Trump with Milo and Nick Fuentes. I've seen people saying that he's having a mental breakdown. I've seen people saying that Kanye West has been exposed to some shit at the most elite level that has made him like this. I don't really know what's going on, but I think we can all draw the line at Hitler. I think everyone kind of agrees on that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, gay, trans. I don't know anything that you are. All of us agree on that at the very least. We can all agree on that. Just like, I don't know, that we can agree that the sky is blue. Like Hitler's a bad guy.
Yeah.
He may have designed a lot of cool things. He might have even been an intelligent person, but that doesn't absolve him from the things that he did. The atrocities that were committed in the World War, a direct result of Hitler's actions and his allies, are not something that should ever be glorified. In no universe should you be saying you love someone like Hitler. He said that every human being has some sort of value and some sort of good in them. I disagree. I think mostly people do, but not everyone. There are some people that are complete pieces of shit. This is along the same lines of the people that were fetishizing Jeffrey Dahmer. You could say that Jeffrey Dahmer did one good thing in his life. I don't know what that thing would be, just as an example. Maybe he was kind to dogs. It doesn't really matter when he has been killing gay black men. Like, it just, who gives a shit? There's a line.
The object.
Yeah, there's a line. You can be someone that donates to charities, but then in your spare time, you're Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and you're just out here chopping women up. I don't think anyone's going to care that you donated a bit of money to charities. There's a line, and when you cross that line too much, it does start to invalidate other things you've done. That line is fine, and you can sometimes sit in the middle of it, and I can be like, okay, he did bad things over here, but he also did this. But when you go too far the other side, and you do too many things, like wipe out half the globe, or destroy as many nations as Hitler did, I think it's grounds to say that we don't really care. I wouldn't, if I had the option of shooting baby Hitler, I would take it, knowing what he did. And I see that that argument a lot. Like, would you shoot baby Hitler? If you could go back in time and shoot the baby version of Hitler, would you do it?
Yeah.
Of course you would. Knowing what he did, of course you would. If there was no way to change that reality from happening other than taking Hitler out, of course you would. Now, shooting a baby is one of the worst things you can do. I would advise nobody to ever do that. It's one of the most disgusting things you can do because babies are innocent. They're pure. Like, there's no reason why you should ever harm a baby. But if you travel back in time and you encounter baby Hitler,
and you know you're going to save thousands of lives. Millions of lives will be saved. Hell yeah.
He was so evil and the things he did were so bad that his actions justify shooting his baby version. That's how bad he was. The same thing goes for like someone like Mao or Idi Amin or Mussolini. These people that killed millions of people. If you had the option, you would go back. And that's a testament to how evil they are. So for Kanye to say something like that, he's either not read a history book or he doesn't actually know who Hitler is. Because if you know what Hitler did to the German people as well, not just the Jewish people, not just the British people, not just all the other nations they bombed. If you know exactly what he did and the atrocities of the World War II, because it wasn't just all gunfire, there were human experiments going on. There were people being captured and raped. There was all sorts of madness going on during World War II. And I don't think any of the veterans that were on the shores of Normandy appreciate what Kanye is saying right now. It's massively disrespectful to the people that survived Hitler's tyranny, and it's just in poor taste. There's a lot of things you can say to push the envelope of what is acceptable, and there's a lot of things you can say to be polarizing. Saying that you love Hitler is not one of them. Mm-hmm. You just look stupid. And if you can make Alex Jones cringe, and look like the sane one in the situation, you have fallen right down into the sunken place.
But it just seems as though Kanye West can say anything he wants and he is still going to have just so many supporters around him and backing him. But if anybody else was to say that, that's it, they're getting cancelled or they're the worst person ever. Do you know what I mean?
I think most people have turned their back on Kanye because when Kim did what she did to him, I was on his side. I wasn't on Pete Davidson's side. I thought what happened there was fucked up. thought that was wrong of what Pete Davidson did. I'm not a Pete Davidson fan anyway, but taking my bias out of it and trying to look at it objectively, I don't like Kim and the Kardashians anyway. I don't like that family. I don't like the way they rose to fame. I'm not hating on them. That's just my opinion. Like, I'm just not a fan of them. I'm not a fan of the fact that she's basically the face of Balenciaga. There's something to be said there, but we won't go down that rabbit hole. So there's a lot of things that I could have defended Kanye on. I did think that he was, especially his first 3 albums, College Dropout, Late Registration and Graduation, I think they were. Those are some of the best hip-hop albums of all time, in my opinion, especially College Dropout. That's one of my favorite hip-hop albums. His clothes are not something I'd ever be seen dead in, personally. I don't really understand what's up with the whole boots, but there's a lot of things that could have been like, yeah, you know, he's got some wacky opinions, but, you know, it's Kanye. But this opinion, nah, bro.
It's a whole other level.
It's not looking good for you, bro. You crossed the line. You definitely crossed the line.
But it seems as though he's allowed to because he's Kanye.
He's not allowed to. He was on InfoWars. Alex Jones is already banned on basically everything, so that's the only place he could really go to say something like that. And again, when you're making Alex Jones cringe, when you're making Alex Jones go, ugh. But he was even trying to give him a scapegoat. He was trying to say, you're not a Nazi though, right? You don't like them. And Kanye was like, no, I really like them. I really, really like that, bro. No, come on, man. If this is your idea of like pushing the envelope, you're gonna lose the people that normally are that find that stuff acceptable.